as per usual, we're just gonna shoot the stuff for a bit. I have to talk about some things and some stuff.
Is this that sounds scary?
Well, as you guys saw my post last week.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring back. I'm going to bring back something back a month and change ago, when I at the end of a Nerds Gone Rogue, when I said goodbye to my grandma. She went into hospice that night, and she got better. And she ended up getting back home with my parents for a bit, and she ended up passing away Thursday. And so now I'm officially saying goodbye to my grandma. And I want to bring something to light. Like I said, that she sort of went out her way. This is what people in my family do, it seems like. Or at least on my mom's side of the family, we're all pretty stubborn and pretty bullheaded, and I think it's 100% hilarious and appropriate how my grandmother, basically in October, she suffered a heart attack and a stroke at the same time, bounced back to the point where she was walking. And she was able to go and live. She couldn't live independently of people, but she did not have to live like with medical personnel around her all the time. Like she was able to live with my parents. I think she got to a point where she was almost walking my parents' dog. And then there was a time early January where they said she was declining. But actually, she just had a GI thing. She got out of the ER that night and came back. And then when they took her to hospice, like that was when we're like, okay, this is the one. Now, in the back of my head the entire time, like my sister and I kind of had this running joke where she's basically the living embodiment of that scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I know you haven't seen it, Corey. Don't worry about it.
I've seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail several times.
Sure you have. You're just saying that. Where
you turned me into a newt.
It's the Bring Out the Dead sketch.
But I'm not dead yet.
Yeah, it's that. It's like, I'm not dead. I'm getting better. And that is essentially what, like, my sister and I would make a little joke about this. We're like, this is my grandma. And then the way my mom told me that she went was like, my aunt, who's a hospice nurse, she was not my grandma's hospice nurse, but she had been, just sort of in and about because, family and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
She left her phone up next to my grandma, and the phone went off. And my mom basically left the room to give her the phone. And before she had left the room, like, grandma was fine. Leaves the room, comes back, and she just had that. She got one of those feelings you get, when something's amiss. And she's like, "Hey, you guys might want to come up." And I guess that was when they took vitals, and they're like, "Yeah, she's not here anymore." And my mom said, she's like, "That's just like your grandma. She would wait till everybody's out of the room. She would basically stay there as long as she needed to if you were there."
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter. Like, I'm pretty sure if someone was there, like, around the clock, she would have been there, like, the next morning. But that's it. I'm glad she's at peace. That woman needs to rest. She's had a full life. She leaves damn near 100 family members. Like she there are a lot of us left, and we all have nothing but praise to heap upon my grandma Jean. But it sucks that she's gone. I miss her. But I hope she rests well. Every rose has its thorn, just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings a sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn.
Why are you reciting Poison lyrics of all the bands in the entire world? Of all the music sitting behind you, you chose Poison?
I'll be honest with you. I was trying.
Corey knows Poison.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to process a lot right now. Okay, I thought of the dumbest thing I could think of, and it's "Every Rose Has Its Thorn" by Poison. B, how do you know Poison?
Yeah,
like Phillips.
I know a lot more. I know a lot more than I let on, Matt.
You know what?
Corey's I'm a mysterious character.
Would, like hate the bands we love, but would love Poison and Rat and Wasp and Warrant.
I'm just saying, I've been a designated driver for my cousin's concert escapades more than enough times.
It's funny, like,
and most of it is Poison and Rat and REO Speedwagon and Kiss and Def Leppard.
There was this radio show once that I was listening to in the Midwest that asked a question: who's worse, Rat or LA Guns? And then one of his co-hosts said, "It doesn't matter because they're playing behind a 7-Eleven near you tomorrow night, and you could pay $10 to watch them play."
You know what's funny?
And I was just like, you know what? I actually believe that's happening somewhere.
You know what's funny? The concert venue by us, there's actually a 7-Eleven on the street by the parking lot. So
nice.
I remember Henry Rollins was telling a story about going to see Rat at a club. And he goes, the singer like holds the mic out into the crowd, and the club's so small that he's basically holding it into the back row of the club. Like 10 people in the entire place.
Okay, so we derailed me. I'm going to intro the show now because we've been talking about bad 80s metal.
Have we not started?
Well, I did my lyrics and I was going to do the welcome, but then you guys wanted to talk. So, yeah. Okay, so
I think you guys were just surprised at my knowledge.
I think Moose and I are going to go rogue on this.
A belated welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue. This is episode number 142. Corey, correct me if I'm wrong.
You are correct.
Okay.
I am the keeper of numbers.
We're here live on YouTube every Monday night. YouTube.com/NGR Radio. We generally start between 8:30 and 9 p.m. Eastern. Don't hold us to it because we all got lives. Content goes live the following Monday morning on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and every podcast service one might use. Mm-hmm. Check out everything we do at nerdsgonerogue.com. That's this show, NGR Radio. Nerds Gone Platinum, Nintendo PAL Block, Arsenal X, NGR Radio B-Sides. Everything we do. There's a video of me pressing a fart button for 38 seconds.
End to the top. You can't miss it.
It's great stuff. Want to hit us up anywhere outside the show? You could do that at Nerds Gone Rogue on Twitter, at Nerds Gone Rogue _official on Instagram. You can find me at Infinite_Rewind. You can find Corey Deerig. Say hi, Corey.
Hi.
You can find him at CoreyinHD713 on Twitter. Moose, say hello, my friend.
He's not listening.
Really, dude?
Hello. How's it going, everybody?
You can find him at Svhenn, Svenn on Twitter. And sadly, you cannot find Captain Canada, Matthew Phillips, anywhere else other than right here. How are you?
Somebody's going to start the hashtag Captain Canada.
Yeah.
Well, you can. You just got to start a dossier.
How are you, Phillips? You good?
I'm very well. Thank you.
Awesome. So glad to have you.
I'm glad you joined us this week.
You know what? I got a really good deal.
So glad to have you back up in this ass. It's a resurrection. Yeah, I made that weird.
I got a really good deal on a record.
What record?
On Amazon. Have you heard of Status Quo?
Yes, I've heard of Fuck, there we go.
All right. Status Quo live album, 3 LP, was on sale on Amazon Canada for $16. Which is about $4.50 US, just to put it in perspective. And I picked it up, and what a bargain!
I'll send you $5. Can you get 2?
Can we just say that Canada is over-exaggerating on the exchange rate?
I'm exaggerating, but not overly.
Significantly, no.
Okay. Hold that thought. I'm going to finish the intro.
Yes.
Of course, you can also email us. You can email us all your questions. We answer questions from listeners and viewers every single show. Email us at ngrradiopodcast@gmail.com. And yeah. Well, let's do a show. We are fucked up today.
It's weird because we kind of talked about everything already.
Yeah.
That was like
No, we talked about everything, not video games.
We'll make this the B-side. We'll make the B-side the main show.
We'll let Corey make that call when he edits the video.
When he edits.
You and I are not.
I did make the trash can icon rather large on my computer, so
that's fair. That's fair.
I'm just kidding.
Because we are on fire. Definitely not us.
I know.
So, I went on vacation. I took a road trip with Reba this weekend.
Yeah, where'd you go?
We went to Baltimore.
Ooh.
Why do you go to Baltimore? I don't know. I guess
the Ravens games.
I mean that was sort of my thing. Like, she had pitched me going to Baltimore. She's like, "Hey, we could just go. We get a hotel on the water and just relax." I'm like, "That sounds like a good bill of sale. I will go with that." But if you something happened that I posted in the Nerds Gone Rogue Facebook group. We went to a visual art museum. That was actually pretty interesting. There was a lot of very cool things, like a lot of very cool sculptures. And then in the basement, there was an exhibit about farting.
That's so funny.
And
you can go to nerdsgonerogue.com. It's the first pin to post at the top of the website.
The video on nerdsgonerogue.com is me pressing a button that makes fart noises.
It's so good.
It is the funniest thing I've ever participated in. Now, at the end of that video, where you hear a man go, "I'm so glad you have a sense of humor," that is the artist who did the exhibit. So we got to talk to him for a little bit, and that man is a national treasure.
Can we get him on the show?
I wish. I'm gonna shinyhappythings.com, I think, is his website.
Oh.
And I honestly thought about saying, hey, I honestly thought about going up to him and be like, "Hey, would you like to be on a podcast about video games?" Just to see what he would say. I didn't, because I'm ultimately a chicken, but whatever. What was the name of the museum, Reba?
I was going to say you're asking right us like we know.
Hi, Reba. American Visionary Art Museum.
The real.
Arts. Okay.
Oh, no.
It's the American Visionary Arts Museum in Baltimore. What?
That's it, I think.
That's it. Okay, so you don't know the name. We're just guessing.
I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
No, that's fine. It's fine. That's fine that we're getting. Because that's what when I showed that video to people at work today, that's what I told them. So that sounds about right. Moose and Corey say hi.
Hey.
She says hey.
Hey.
Corey goes hey. Moose
Hey
goes,
girl, hey.
Corey goes, "Hey girl, hey." I'm done having this conversation between y'all. But the guy actually, when he said about what he said about the exhibit was, I'm like, how do you get an exhibit like this? He's like, "Well, I went to the I think it's museum director. He's like, I want to do an exhibit about farting." And the museum director said, "You absolutely should."
Nice.
Now, from what I understand, and I might be wrong, These are actual recorded farts from actual recorded fart contest winners.
Very nice.
And it's not like 4 or 5. The amount of time I spent at that button, I never heard a repeat. And I spent way longer than 38 seconds at that button. Because if you press a button and it makes a fart noise, that's kind of my jam.
Comedy gold, they say.
Yeah, so...
Two things are always funny. When somebody farts, when somebody gets hit in the nuts.
Yep, this is that's
Fact.
like they are certainties like death and taxes. Also, I went to we found a record store in Baltimore called the Soundgarden, which is a great name, and I picked up a record. It's actually not on my wall, but it is Otis. It is a two-sided record. That's a dumb fucking thing. It's Otis Redding and Jimi Hendrix. It's a shared one of their performances at Monterey Pop, which is both a very awesome and important set of recordings because it brought Jimi Hendrix fame and it basically legitimized Otis Redding as a future soul icon. And it was one of his, he was already pretty legitimized like in the soul community, but this sort of like crossed him over in a very real way. And it's probably the definitive live document for both of them, in my opinion. I know Hendrix played the national anthem at Woodstock, blah, blah, blah. I actually think his Monterey Pop performance is way better. And Otis Redding had that Live in Europe album. The Monterey Pop Festival is a way better performance, in my opinion. And both of those performances are they are available on Blu-ray and DVD via the Criterion Collection. I think they're only available in the complete Monterey Pop box set, but that is a good concert film to watch. Yeah, Nerds Gone Rogue is a weekly show. We talk about video games and stuff. So let's get to it. Game time, right?
Well, do we want to do the Mortal Kombat giveaway?
Yes, you are correct, sir. We should do that. So yes, we're giving away Mortal Kombat. Have you subscribed recently? Have you emailed it to NGR Radio Podcast? If so, or ngRadioPodcast@gmail.com. If so, you could be eligible to win Mortal Kombat 11 for whatever platform you may choose. Let's handle that now, Corey.
All right. So first of all, I want to thank our dear friends for sending us our SoundCloud page, which we haven't been on since 2017. So thanks,
what
friends.
What the fuck is a SoundCloud?
friends of show. Yeah, calling you out. Anyways,
wait a second. Wait a cotton picking second. Is this a SoundCloud?
Get out of here.
All right, so Matt, the last giveaway, I gave you the honors of picking a number between 1 and whatever. We have 77 entries. 77 eligible entries, I should say. I would like.
How many total did we get?
You mean people who didn't follow the rules or sent us wrong subs?
How many people just sent
about
us
112? I think I counted as of 5:30 today.
All right,
So,
keep your subscribers NGP. We got the emails.
Yeah.
70 of them 40 of them could not follow directions.
True.
Yeah.
I feel like that's life. I mean, because whenever I bring someone in for an X-ray and I say, "Hey, put your chest against the board," about 70% of them get it right.
Yeah.
60 to 70%. Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Okay, so Matt, would you do the honors of picking a number between 1 and 77?
Oh man. Well, okay. See, this is really hard because 77 is a big number for me. That's the year punk broke. So I can't do that. I can't go there. So 1 and 77. Because I don't want to just go to the very last person because you got in here late.
28.
I'm going to double that. 56. Thank you, Moose.
Boom. You're welcome.
All right, number 56. Entry number 56. Drum roll, please. This is like Christmas Vacation, and they're all standing on the lawn. And they're like, it was funny. All right, entry number 56. You said?
Yes, 56. Like Elvis' second album.
I would like to congratulate Michael Stroudenbacher.
Nice
For winning.
Congratulations.
And I'm going to read what he wrote.
Okay.
And then I don't know, maybe I'm feeling a little bit generous tonight. So he says, I don't know if you guys remember, but I wrote in a few months back. I really love the chemistry you guys have. Mm-hmm. It's better than most, even the professional podcasters like Kind of Funny, IGN, and others. I don't know your guys' financial goals or efforts, honestly. I just assume. Y'all keep me laughing. You're honest you're honest when you need to be with each other, and you seem to have a healthy relationship with your fans. Keep up the awesome work, and even if I don't win, I'll be tuning in for years to come. Michael, Switch, and then he says dash, Switch version, please, digital preferred.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
This is this is for you. A fresh open, eviscerated pathway of beauty from tired hands. Michael Stroudenbacher, I drink to you, sir.
You know what, Matt? Our fans are so cool that I'm going to have you pick another number.
Uh-oh.
Because I feel like a second copy is deserved for this fan base.
Okay. All right. So let me think. I am going to go. I don't know that can someone Google something for me?
Perhaps.
Google the year Velvet Underground Loaded came out.
Loaded?
Loaded. Not fully loaded. Velvet Underground.
1970.
70.
All right. Drum roll, please, as I scroll through my emails. All right. Our surprise winner is Casey McHale.
Congratulations, Casey.
He writes in and says,
I believe that's a she. I'm not sure.
I honestly don't care if I win. I just want to reiterate how much your show has meant to me over the last year. A year or so, and it's really awesome that fans of the show reached out about my email and have even reached out to me and become online friends to play games with. Mortal Kombat is a game that my brother and I used to bond over when we were younger, and I have that experience, and to have that experience again would be awesome. Love you guys and keep up the great work. P.S. Matt from Canada was a great addition.
Yes!
Go Jays.
2 copies for her.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or whichever it is.
I think they beat the Athletics recently this weekend, so no.
So
Dude,
what happened?
6-1 on the road trip, and they did beat the Athletics. But listen, man, liking the Athletics because their uniform is green is not a reason to like a team. You understand? When you told me that, I've never forgotten it because I thought you were joking, but you were goddamn serious.
It wasn't because they were green.
That's what you said. You liked them because they were green.
Oh God!
Before we move on, there was another email I wanted to read real quick. That was
First off, thank you, Casey.
Yes, thank you.
You have been a wonderful. You've been a wonderful sort of gut check, in the best way, because I know for Corey and I specifically, I know we got into this in our clip show. Like, there were a lot of people who have written in a lot of the recent months that have like sort of proven to us that people listen, and it was something that even as two guys who started this that were just sort of like said, hey, we just want to do this. We didn't expect what we didn't expect what any of our listeners and emailers have brought to us, and it warms our hearts. I know it warms Moose's heart because he's been here, and I know Phillips he's happy to be the Canadian eye candy that he is.
It warms what's left of my heart.
I mean, yeah, he's shown me the X-rays. He doesn't have much of it.
I do want to acknowledge another email. I know this person didn't win, but I thought what he had to say to us was pretty well said as well. I do appreciate everybody for entering the contest, and
yes,
after I read this, I do want to announce something. So first, he says, first time listener here, but while spring cleaning today, I dove into the Nerds Gone Rogue Volume 1 Best Of. As someone who recently started a new podcast, hearing the rapport develop between you guys over time and seeing the dedication you've put into the podcast has really inspired me to focus on my own creative endeavors. Keep up the strong work, Joe. So, I mean, that email kind of stuck out to me too. Is like,
it's a nice email. It's nice to hear, certainly.
Yeah. So,
you never know where you're going to find inspiration, and so like, for them to be able to find something like that and have a show, I'm not including myself in this because I'm brand new to this, but to have a show that like you have created inspire someone else in their content creation has to feel good.
It kind of does, I started podcasting because I was inspired by other people's podcasts, right? So, I mean, it's kind of nice to like see that torch get passed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But sorry to all those who didn't win Mortal Kombat, but I'm going to announce another giveaway right here.
I've got this one, Corey.
Okay.
Our next giveaway is Rage 2 for your platform of choice.
Ooh.
The rules are simple. Email us at ngrradiopodcast@gmail.com. Email us a screenshot of your YouTube or audio podcast subscription and why you like our show or how you found us if you're a newer listener. A screenshot of a rating and a comment on iTunes will grant you a second entry into the giveaway. The winner will be announced on a live show May 14th. So get your entries in now. Your entry will be denied if you do not follow these rules. You can catch all of our content at nerdsgonerogue.com, including our family of podcasts. I've mentioned them before. I'm not going again.
Especially not that PlayStation show. Ugh.
Love those three guys. They've got enough.
They've got to tone the egos down. I mean,
right?
Like, Moose can barely get the door anymore. Like, guys just
Moose's
winning
face
everything.
doesn't even fit on the screen anymore.
Yeah.
He's all like, "This is Moose. I'm podcasting, podcasting.
Wait, what is it, Corey?
Trophies in Borderlands.
That's not how he sounds. Do the meme Moose voice. Come on.
Got to get those trophies in Borderlands.
There we go.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
The Catch a Ride guy from Borderlands sounds exactly like
Get you one.
Yeah, see?
How does it go, Moose?
This is where the platinums live. Get you one.
I do have one. I have one.
Starting to remind me of like Jimmy Hart, North of the South.
I did watch a lot of wrestling when I was young.
Why do you think I started calling him that so long ago?
Where you come from, they call it wrestling, don't they?
That's not where
I don't know. We're pretty
driving
close.
up to Toronto, and I'm gonna put my fist through your face.
We are pretty close. I'm in Pennsylvania. It's pretty close to the Mason-Dixon line, as I have recently found out. So, so all that shenanigans aside, I feel like we need to do some congratulating to our dear Moose.
Why? What do you do?
He won a weight loss contest.
I saw that post on the Twitter.
Yeah,
on the Twitter.
Yeah, not only, and he didn't just win, like he basically blew the competition away.
Yeah,
like you got rid of 11% of your body weight.
Yes,
and then the next closest got rid of 2%.
Yeah,
and
sounds like Moose was the only one trying.
And the third place got rid of 1%.
It sounds like the second place person took a really healthy poop that morning.
Yeah,
what it sounds
that's
like.
what I'm thinking.
I think the second place person was working out at the gym and focusing on weightlifting more so than just cardio and burning fat. So, like when I started it, I was like, well, great. Now I wanted to get healthier this year, which I'm still on that course.
Yeah.
I'm only like a third of the way to my goal weight, and then I'm gonna start strength training. But so like I was like, if I start weightlifting, I appreciate Adno in the chat. I'm proud of you, Moose, but you're still fat. Fuck you, asshole. But anyways,
Moose turns into Cartman. Hey.
Anyways, so I was just like, I know if I start lifting weights, I'm just gonna swap muscle for fat. So I was like, I can't lift weights at all. Like I just have to do cardio and change my diet, which I did. So, we picked a horrible day to weigh in. We weigh in on Mondays.
Yeah, that's terrible. You should weigh in on Saturdays or
thank you.
Thursdays or something like that's not after a weekend of fun and food and excitement.
Like even if I watched what I ate on the weekends, I still like I would weigh myself like on Friday night and like have lost like 3 or 4 pounds, and then I weigh myself on Monday and it's like you lost 0.8 pounds or something like that, and I'm like, but I watched what I ate, you know what I mean? So it was
well, so first off, Deshaun is in the chat. He says hello, y'all.
Sup, Sean?
Hello, Deshaun. Also, I feel like doing it on a Monday is the perfect challenge.
Well, that's true because you got to keep good for the weekend. You got to stay good for the weekend.
It's like, oh, great, you were counting your calories all week, but then Saturday you like woke up for soccer, decided to have a full English fry up, and then on Sunday you watched more soccer. None of you watch soccer. I'm just throwing out an example here.
You're right. None of us do watch soccer.
Don't judge my life. I had a burger and a lot of beer and fried pickles on Saturday. It was great.
Deep fried pickles are.
I had a great burger in Baltimore.
Question: chips or spears?
Chips.
They were pickled chips. I guess they were slices.
Well, what would you prefer? Is what I'm saying.
What would I mean in terms of like a fried pickle, or just a pickle in general?
Fried pickle.
A fried pickle, I prefer.
Would you rather them be slices like chips?
Yes,
rather be
slices.
spears?
I prefer slices because I feel like it's easier for me. For some reason in my head that translates as easier.
No. I'm just curious because down here it's a debate, man. Don't come to the South.
Oh, really? I'm not going to kink shame either side because, I just like pickles. Pickles are great.
I just like deep fried pickles, so I mean, I'll eat them either way.
I'll eat them without the deep frying.
That's true too. It's true.
Because if I'm eating just a regular pickle, prefer a spear. I do prefer a spear.
Yeah, spears are good.
Fried pickles, I prefer chips.
I don't know if I even like pickles, to be honest with you.
It's all right.
I know I'm disappointing. I get it.
No, it's not that you're disappointing, Corey. It's not that you're disappointing. It's just you're just showing us how much work we have to do.
Jeez. All right.
I'm kidding. So how are you going to celebrate, Moose?
I'm drinking beer tonight. So
what you got?
Oh, I got your favorite one, Rainbow Dust.
I
which
like.
is
I really want to.
It sounds like a
Magic
drug
in a
you're going to
can.
snort later in the bathroom.
It's actually made out of unicorn tears.
Okay.
Magic in a can.
Made out of
Bursting
unicorn.
with pure hoppy happiness, bright aromas and flavors of melons, berry, and tropical fruits.
Well-
It is my favorite seasonal IPA by More Brewing in Charlotte, North Carolina. They have a lot of good beers. They've like the only reason they're not my most favorite brewery is because they're not New Sarum, which is right up the road from me, and also does the People's Elbow. So I'm cheating
I thought The
tonight.
Rock did the People's Elbow.
Well, he did, but they make the milkshake IPA with coconut called the People's Elbow.
But there's no elbow in it. There's nuts. Oh!
Ow! Anyways, so I'm gonna have one more beer tonight during the show. I'm gonna go get the last of the 4-pack out of this
And
that I
that-
bought.
God,
I was gonna
Adnell,
crack
why you
open.
gotta be that way, Adnell? Why you gotta be that way?
I was
and
gonna crack open the Vincent Van Gogh tonight, which is a milkshake IPA made with mango. But I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna hold off on that one, and I'm gonna. Why are you laughing, Corey?
Just two things that shouldn't go together.
No,
Well, actually, the funny thing is, you'd be surprised. Like
Listen.
you'd be surprised at how well they work. In fact, that
All right,
mango
listen.
or that mango or the squishies one that I gave you when you came to town,
Yeah.
that's basically a milkshake IPA, Corey.
Listen,
You've had
Corey,
one,
they
and you
call
liked
it. They call it a milkshake IPA because it's an IPA brewed with lactose. There's no
Lactose
like
sugar.
lactose sugar. There's no like milk in it whatsoever. So it's not like a stout or anything. So it is a little sweeter and takes, I think, the bitterness off the edge of some IPAs. So a lot of them can be really good. But anyways, I have a crowler in the fridge and I was gonna crack that open, but I'm like, if I open that, that's 2 more beers, and I'm like, I really don't want to drink that much tonight. But
I'm not working third shift tonight, so that's why we're doing a B side, and that's why I am going to jump on the beer train with you. I will even I will even go rainbow themed with you. This is called Technicolor Splendor. It is a
Cheers.
double IPA from Tired Hands.
I love their stuff. But
This one's like super bright, no bitterness. It's very juicy, very good.
very nice.
Yeah.
But I think I'm one of the only people buying, because not a lot of people know about it, but I'm one of the only people buying the rainbow dust on the shelf at the food line near me.
Wow.
Yeah, like I don't see the only reason it like gets smaller is because I think I'm buying 4-packs out of it. So I might have to make a special purchase this weekend or two. But anyways, Mike Garcia is in the chat.
He says
So
beer
he
porn.
said beer porn. He also says building muscle burns a lot of fat. Yes, I understand that, and that's
But it
what
also
is
adds weight.
Yes, that's what's on the docket next. So if I can burn fat and build some muscle, we're ready to go. Captain Canada is supposed to get me a workout routine, but he's too busy saving Canada.
Yeah, true. And speaking of beer porn, if you want some real good beer porn, follow Corm's Beer Pics on Instagram.
KORM.
Yeah, KORM as in Mary, S Beer Pics, PICS. That man knows how to photograph a beer. We tell you.
You see what Deshaun's drinking a Conway's Irish
I'm
Ale.
having a Conway's Irish Ale, the whitest of beers.
That's
No. I think the whitest of beers would probably be American Domestic. And as someone who's drank multiple countries' domestic beer, there's nothing quite as white as the big 4 or the big 3 or 4 here. Like your
I'd say
Miller Lite, your Miller Lite, your Bud Light, your Bud, your Coors. Like I feel like the best of the domestic beers is actually just straight Coors. I actually like that beer. It's not. I mean, it's not. It's not this. I can probably guarantee you it's not rainbow dust, even though I've never had it. But it certainly ain't the rest. I feel like that and PBR are domestics that I would drink. Because I still do like PBR. I don't care what you.
PBR is good, man. Especially on the beach.
It's cheap.
It's cheap. You just can sit there and drink a lot of it. You're not going to get completely blitzed out of your mind. You know, you won't suffer like a severe hangover the next day.
Sounds like a challenge.
I probably am going to buy some PBR for our beer trip in June. So,
attaboy.
Word.
Yeah. So it was a good weekend, man. And I thought I was going to lose, man. I was like the whole time. I'm like Jason, and especially I thought I was getting the most competition out of Justin because just he was going to the gym like I was, all that stuff. And then when like Jeff sent us the numbers, I was like, what? I was like, okay, whatever, it works. But third of the way there, we're gonna continue. We're gonna get right back on the weight loss train tomorrow morning, starting with a nice fast before my 40th birthday physical.
Were you basically going to say, Lou, you don't know my life?
Well, no, what's really funny is like I think I weigh the exact same the last time I saw my doctor, who I'll see tomorrow, and I told her I was going to lose weight. And so I'm going to like just show her the picture I posted on Facebook and be like, no, like, look, like I've lost weight. I just gained like almost 25 pounds since the last time I saw you to lose it, to be back to square one, you know? But anyways, life happens.
It does.
Stress, overeating, not working out, metabolism taking a dive on you. That's what happens when you get old.
Yeah.
True.
I think it is finally game time. What do you think, Corey?
Game time.
Most, what do you think?
He's so confused.
It's gonna be midnight by the time we finish this. Let's go. Game time.
You know, hey, Captain, tell your boy to hop up to the mic and actually fucking use his voice.
Chop, motherfuckers.
Okay, okay, fine. It's game time. Hey, Phillips. You know what? You've been here. What are you playing? Are you playing anything?
You know what? I actually did find time to play a game this week.
Oh, shit, guys. He played a game.
Well, hey, look. I have to prioritize.
Who was that game show?
I know.
Who was that game show presenter using Lucy's voice?
And it was a new game. Well,
a new game?
Guys, it was a new game.
A game new to me. So one that I have not spoken about on the show before. And it was Jurassic Park. The new Jurassic Park, the strategy game.
Ooh.
It combines
the Park Builder one?
Things. Yes, it combines two of my favorite things. Look, I grew up on strategy games. I've been playing.
Does it have a guy going, grab yourself a velociraptor, catch a ride?
No, I mean, Moose is going to be seriously disappointed.
This is where the dinos live. Get you one.
Well,
did you get the lawyer eaten off the toilet?
No, it is not a direct recreation of the movie.
Fail. Worst game ever.
10, dude.
But it does have
as hell.
It does have Dr. Ian Malcolm in it, and
does
so
he
yeah,
stutter a lot like he does in the movies.
Well, he's just a voice at the beginning. Actually, now that you mention it, or I mention it, I haven't seen him since the beginning. So maybe it was just a cock tease.
Yeah, definitely was.
You could probably only afford him for the credits.
They ain't paying them Goldblum bucks, let me tell you.
But he has a new show. His new show on Disney Plus.
Yeah, he does.
Jeff Goldblum does.
I'm pretty sure the developers of this game don't have Disney bucks.
Well, they don't have Disney bucks, but they had opening credits Goldblum bucks. Let me tell you, and it was pretty cool to see him in that context. Anyways, the game's pretty cool.
A good Goldblum cameo in a show. Watch his few episode run in the league where he plays Nick Fury's dad.
That's awesome. I love that show so much.
It's real good.
But yeah, his Disney show is like a world exploration show or something. Like he just goes around the world and does stuff, being Jeff Goldblum.
Is he doing that Mo Rocca thing except with world exploration instead of Innovation Nation?
Sure, I don't know what that means, but sure.
I really liked him in Thor. Which Thor was he in? Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked him in that a lot.
I enjoyed that flick. By the way.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like how you say flick like you're trying to force yourself into a
He is.
younger conversation.
It's 2019, Matt. You can't force your way into anything.
When you're speaking with people that are many years your senior.
Corey is now a living version of that Steve Buscemi meme where he's got the skateboard over his shoulders. Like, hello, fellow children.
Hello, fellow kids. Rock lightning bolt band. Or no, music lightning bolt band.
Anyways, I've been playing that. It's pretty fun. The reviews were mixed, to say the least, and I see that. But it combined two things. I love Jurassic Park, and I love strategy games. So for me, it's scratching that itch. It was on the Steam sale this week, so I decided to pick it up. And they've put out a lot of content for it, a lot of patches. I'm enjoying it though. It's a good park builder. At the very least, it's a good park builder strategy game, even if you don't care for Jurassic Park.
I love park building games. I actually thought about getting this at some point, but I don't know why I didn't. It just kind of like.
Well, I was the same way. I didn't pick it up. I waited for them to add some more stuff, and I really like it. They just put out some DLC for it, and I'm still. It starts. You have 5 islands to open up and work on. They call them the 5 deaths. So I'm still on the first island, but if you find it on a sale and you like strategy games, I would say it appeals more to strategy game fans than Jurassic Park fans because
I actually think it's on Game Pass on Xbox.
Game Pass? Yeah. I mean, I think it's worth trying if you like strategy games. I know it's on the consoles as well. So
yeah, I don't know if it's worth playing on a controller or not, but I mean, I guess I could try it out.
That I couldn't say. But I mean, it's not like a real-time strategy game where you have to micromanage armies and such.
Right.
So within that context, I think it could translate to a controller much easier, although it is real-time. Like there's no fast forward on it. And, so it is a real-time strategy game, but it's more resource management as opposed to a combat kind of RTS. But yeah, I like it. I'm glad I picked it up.
Anything else you playing?
No, I haven't had a lot of time. Well, it's a bit of a lie. I did play some more World of Warcraft because there's a really big patch coming out. So
sure.
I played some more WoW and just messed around with some of the new content. And I really like what they've done with it because the newest expansion had a lot of promise. It was a bit of a letdown in action, even though the dungeons are amazing. So
he said.
Can you mute him again? Mute him again.
Okay.
And yeah, we're just gonna leave him muted for the rest of the show.
He can unmute himself. Unfortunately, I don't have that power.
Who gave him that authority?
Google Hangouts did. Unfortunately. Yeah.
And
invite only.
Yeah, no, I'm really like
watching a streaming only gaming service later on.
I know. So yeah, that's still fun. And if you're a lapsed player who's listening, it's worth jumping back into now before patch 8.2 comes out.
So I do want to say, you talking about strategy games, this really sort of popped into my head because I know Corey likes park builders. Phillips,
yes.
Did you pick up 2 Point Hospital?
I have it. I have not played it yet.
Okay.
Now, because I loved the Theme Hospital games.
Right. Do you think that's now, Corey? I don't know your strategy background. I know you played a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah, I played a lot of Roller Coaster Tycoon and Age of Empires, and there's a Star Wars version of Age of Empires that came out around episode 1.
Okay,
I think it was called Galactic Battleground.
Galactic Empire.
Phillips, based on what Corey has just said, do you think 2 Point Hospital is something for Corey?
Yeah, I mean, it's the problem is Corey doesn't have much of a sense of humor. and
Okay.
2
I
Point
do.
Hot-
I have a great sense of humor.
Very funny.
Well, okay, now that's unfair. I'm
joking.
gonna stand up for Corey here. I feel like his
2 Point
sense of humor.
Hospital. I have played a little bit of it.
I
It
laughed
is-
at Matt's fart button. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 Point Hot. Do you like British humor? Then you will like 2 Point. You will like 2 Point Hospital.
It is.
I like Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Do you
Then
like
you will like
puns?
Yeah.
Are you a fan of puns?
I enjoy a good pun.
Like when someone tells you they're lightheaded and their head is a light bulb, does that make you giggle?
It's funny.
Yeah, there he goes. Now pretend a turtle's saying it. 2 Point Hospital. 2 Point.
I think I'd like to see Corey play two Point Hospital. That's
Yeah, you know what? 2 Point Hospital it's got awesome reviews too. Is it on consoles?
I do not know.
Corey has a PC that can run it.
Corey has a really good PC, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but every time I need to do something, somebody tells me that I need to buy more stuff for it. And I'm like, I already spent too much on this thing. What else do you want me to do?
You're not talking to the right people.
You don't need to buy
talk to
any
Captain
more.
Canada.
You could put the video card that you got, that free one.
Yeah.
If you put that in, you're going to be able to play whatever you want.
All right.
I'm going to tell.
We need to meet up. We need to
Why don't we
have a sit down this week and
Why don't we Skype it? And I will show you how to install a video card. We'll make some content out of it.
sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Content creation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like how that just happened, all because I wanted to get Corey to play 2 Point.
Actually, we talked about it like 2 weeks ago, and we just never
I'm
did
pretty
it.
good about myself right now. I don't care what you just said. Not even listening. Not gonna lie, I'm a lightweight, kind of drunk right now. Moose, what are you playing?
So I've been cleaning up some trophies in the DLC for Borderlands, and that's all I'm going to say about that because I got the platinum last week.
You and I got a trophy in the division this week. It was good.
Well, hey, I was getting there.
I know. I'm
All right. So here's what happens,
I'm stubborn and bullheaded at the same time.
and I love you for it. So Matt and I jumped into Division 2 yesterday, I
Yes.
believe. So he was like, hey, is anybody going to be on with Division 2? And I was like, well, I got to mow the lawn, but I'll be on after that. Popped on. We were able to play together.
Mow the lawn, total euphemism.
No, actually, I did have to mow the lawn. But anyways,
I know.
it's the South, man. It fucking grows like you wouldn't believe.
Oh, God.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know this.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna give you a shovel and you can dig up. Okay. Okay.
Anyways,
So are you trying to sabotage your show because you don't want the viewership to go up or something?
No, that's my job.
anyways, so we played a while. We did some side missions. We did a stronghold. I got level 30, and then Matt and I worked to get. So there's a trophy. So there are armored enemies in the game, and there's
Tanks.
a trophy. Huh?
They're tanks.
Okay, so they're called tanks, but they're
Yes.
armored guys. They're yellow labeled names, and you have to take their armor off.
Yeah.
And so there's a trophy where you have to take all their armor off and then kill them, instead of just weakening like their chest plates and then killing them through that. So this is where I love Matt and hate Matt at the same time. So I had some frustration with this because we were working on one guy. And we had him down to like fucking nothing. And I'm lying there, goddamn bleeding out on the floor.
Well, okay.
And I'm
First
like-
off, you got in the way of his hammer. Number one.
No,
That's your fault.
No, that's not my fault. That's the terrain's fault, which might be my fault. But anyway, so all Matt had to do was fucking put the guy down and then come and revive me before I went into the.
I wanted to make sure all of
hard
his
death.
armor was gone.
It was gone. He had no fucking armor on. I'm like, just fucking kill him. Just fucking kill him and come res me.
So how did I kill him, Moose? How did I kill him?
So he killed him.
How did
Melee wise, he killed him with melee.
Yeah, punched him in the fucking face and he died.
Wore him down, killed him with melee, and he got the trophy. Now, this is where we figured out that the trophy is only awarded to the person that gets the kill. which, you know, is justifiable. So we were running around, found another dude, and whittled him down, and then I killed him, and I got the trophy.
Found a chainsaw wielding asshole.
Yeah. The chainsaw's a lot more fun than the sledgehammer. So
Yeah,
we
that's
had
true.
a blast with that. Anyways, got some trophies, hit level 30. I'm ready to get back into the Division 2. I'm ready to start my run at the trophy for the platinum trophy.
Mhm.
Just because I gotta make Jason's gotta go 0-6. Fuck Jason. Jason's gotta go.
He's already like 0-5.
He's 0-5, but you don't understand. Not starting now. So when his baby is born, his wife will be off work for 3 months, and then at the end of that 3 months, he is off. So it's not immediate. So like Jeff and I have got to keep the pedal to the metal on this, and so we are.
No, I get it. You guys are just trying to just win this race,
right?
Because you know he's going to make a comeback.
we can't beat him trophy wise because I will give him.
Well, yeah,
credit.
it took him a solid 2 months to break his own fucking New Year's resolution where he's going to buy a game for.
Right now, I love Jason. And I will only say it here on Nerds Gone Rogue. I'll never say it on Nerds Gone Platinum. But that motherfucker is a brilliant trophy hunter. Like, he hunts trophies and gets trophies every week like you wouldn't believe. And I'm just like, I had to cheat last week to beat him. I didn't really cheat. I just double tapped a platinum. So.
You played My Name is Mayo, didn't you?
No, I already did that one.
You've already got double platinum.
I did. What was it? What is it?
5-star
Metagirl, I think it is. You only have to play it for like 30 minutes and you get the platinum in both the Vita and the PS4 version. So that's what I did. And that's how I beat them. If I wouldn't have done that, I would have lost. But anyways. So
is he like the NGP version of our buddy Gideon?
yes, he is.
Like, 'cause I remember Gideon.
Gideon's not even that bad.
Like, you're pretty bad when you're up late at night playing Tina's Toy Factory for trophies.
Right.
No.
Let me tell you. Gideon is not that bad. Gideon is not this.
Well, Jason's not that bad either. He's just efficient with his time and his Vita. Like, that's what he's efficient with. He gets a lot of his trophies from his Vita. And
because the year we did our trophy thing, like, I know Phillips was scared when he saw me get 15 platinums in October.
Well, he should be scared.
Like, because all of a sudden, like, because he even said it in our little Facebook chat that we have. He's like, wait, where did Keel come from?
Well, because when we started that, I just went nuts right at the beginning of the year. Like, I went insane. And I did the tortoise and the hare. Like, I just figured I was so far ahead that I could just stop looking behind me.
Yeah. No. See, so that was the thing with, like, so anyways, we're just trying to keep, we can't beat him on the trophies. So we're trying to beat him on the co-op challenge and just keep him.
This is where you guys fucked yourself. You guys didn't make the co-op challenge a thing.
No, we did. It is a thing. Division has been the game, and Borderlands was part of the co-op challenge because.
But, so what happens at the end of the co-op challenge?
It's not that, like, nobody went, like, we just win bragging rights.
That's where you fucked up.
No. So here's the other thing.
Look, bragging rights last as long as they last until you get bored.
Could you just shut your pie hole so I can say something?
I don't know how.
Next year, I am not doing a fucking challenge of any kind. I'm just gonna play fucking video games and enjoy video games.
Hey, Corey.
Yeah. I challenge you that's not true.
Roll 212. How many times have we heard this?
I don't know.
I'm not going to buy any games.
Exactly. We've heard this before. I know how.
To be fair, I say that to myself where I'm just going to play video games instead of working on the website stuff, and I'm sitting here listening to you guys, making sure everything's in the right place on the website. So.
Meanwhile, we've got plenty of questions in the chat going, "What's with the pink and blue?"
I don't know what's wrong with the pink and blue.
Do people not like the pink and blue?
No, that doesn't matter. We have
I don't care
that you are happy with because you told me earlier today.
Are you happy with it? Because we had a discussion about it.
We did, and pink is my favorite color. So,
First of all right, number one, I like the fact that you're wearing an ill shirt.
Thanks.
That looks like the Phillies. The ILL from the Phillies.
It's the ILL from the Phillies, but
it has nothing to do with the Phillies because he doesn't like fucking anything Philadelphia because he's a dick.
I like the Flyers. I like the Flyers before I moved.
Anyways, so there's that, which is beautiful. And also, I opened up the Vincent Mango, and it is delicious. Listen, I've got 2 hours to midnight where I can't consume anything else until my physical tomorrow. Fuck your couch. I'm getting lit.
Lit AF.
Little inside baseball.
I put that in my one of my Instagram story, I think, or Facebook story.
Lit AF.
I said, what I say? Where's my story at?
The best was the post in Nerds Gone Rogue. Feeling cute. My podcast later.
Yeah, I did put that. No, I said join us live tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time ish. It's going to be, as Moose would say, lit AF.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, good.
You're welcome.
You playing anything else, Moose?
Okay, so I did talk about Division 2. I really wanted to get to these two things.
Okay.
Because they're not on a PlayStation platform. Cuphead and Katana Zero launched last week. Katana Zero is so much fun.
Save Cuphead, but talk about Katana Zero because I haven't played that.
Katana Zero is fucking fabulous.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
So how fabulous we talking?
So like
we talking RuPaul's Drag Race fabulous?
We're talking
100 Christmas rubbing against my balls fabulous.
We're talking 96% positive on Steam out of 1,200 reviews.
A little bit of column A and a little bit of column B.
I'll take it.
I agree with a lot of the reviews that are saying it's a lot like Hotline Miami meets a side scroller. So basically the game starts out, you have like your Y attack, which is your main sword slash, and then it just builds upon that. So like R1 is a roll, so you can roll through like lasers in the level and stuff like that. And then L, not the triggers, but the fucking retarded bumper buttons on the Joy-Cons.
ZL and ZR.
Whatever they are. So the right one is your roll, and then the L1 is your freeze time. So like if you're working through an air duct and you have to freeze the fan so that it doesn't like kill you as you walk through it, you hit L1, and then there's other moves. And
so it's a literal time freeze. It's not like it's not like Hong Kong Massacre where it's a slowdown.
No, it's a literal time freeze. And then you can pick things up with A and then carry that and then use A to throw it. So like you might be coming up some stairs to a level where there's a guy that has a gun to your right, and then to your left is another dude. Well, if you go after the guy to the left, obviously the guy with the gun's going to shoot you. So you can come up the stairs, throw your object at the guy with the gun, because you have to worry about the guy to the left. He's going to come at you with his sword, so you got to like attack him with your sword, and then make sure the dude to the right was killed. But I have not worked on the timing of the deflecting bullets with your main attack, which is Y. I don't think it's like super specific. As long as you're hitting the bullet as it's in your swipe, like you knock it back towards the enemy. But I think that's pretty cool. But it is a lot of fun. Like basically your guy, like, and I love how they handle the soundtrack. Like the soundtrack is basically the protagonist of the game putting on his iPod like music and then just going into the level. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it's kind of like a synth wave soundtrack. It's very enjoyable. The graphics are really good. It handles really well. Listen, anyone out there thinks that the fucking Switch is a powerhouse is a goddamn idiot. But for what it is,
whoa.
Yes, you're an idiot if you think the Switch is a powerhouse. But the game handles really well on Switch, controls really well. I don't see any stutter, don't see any lag. It's great. And then I played Cuphead for a while.
Talk about it later.
All right. I'm done.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Okay, I'll go next. I first off, number one, I was so happy I got to play Division 2 with Moose. Miss playing games with that guy. It doesn't get to happen often. We got some trophies.
I was really happy about that too.
Dude, it was like it was so good to get up.
It was like Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
As Roland would say. It's like
and then but also I want to talk about some other things that happened in the division. I beat the Roosevelt Island on hard. That was the last hard mission. I got the hard as nails trophy. So
congratulations, sir.
Ladies, I am hard as nails.
Yeah.
I have a trophy to prove it. So, story about that. I just want to talk about how that ended up playing out. There's a rando that I became friends with. His name is Zuzu. I don't know anything else about him other than his name is Zuzu.
Did you add him to your friends list?
He is on my friends list. He jumped in mid Roosevelt Stronghold. We got to the end. He's like, "What did I jump into?" I go, "You jumped into some bullshit because this mission is really hard on hard mode." We had another guy in our party that was just not participating. Like he would let us go and try and kill everything, and then just collect loot as we killed everything. And it was working well for him up until that last segment where he can't really do that. And I'm just like, okay, we need to kick this guy because he's not doing anything. He's not healing us. He's not helping. He's not shooting. He's just waiting for us to kill and collect the loot. But myself, Zuzu, and this other PSN ID gentleman named his name was Bednar. He had some numbers after it, but I don't remember them. Sorry, Bednar. We kind of had a good thing going. Bednar had to bounce because he had to help a family member deal with some stuff. Support that, deal with family, more important than video games. He left. Then a guy jumped in. We were able to matchmake with another one at the very last segment at the Roosevelt Stronghold on hard. See, I made it a point to sort of remember his name. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick, but I'm pretty sure it's Nick. I think it's Nick Shafted. And I think that's his name. He showed up after we kicked out the guy who wasn't doing anything, and Bednar bounced. There was a guy named Stingray that jumped in, and then Nick Shafted. The reason I'm focusing on Nick Shafted is in this final segment, myself, Zuzu, Stingray all went down. There was a point where all three of us were down, and it was just Nick by himself operating, in complete chaos. He was able to stay alive long enough to revive us. He revived all three of us. He was the one that did every single one of us. And we got up, and then we finished the mission. And that made him the MVP of that entire mission, despite just being there for a short time. And that helped me finish that. And I don't have to do any of that bullshit on hard anymore, unless I have to help any one of y'all, of course. It was a very happy moment. So finished that, beat some more hunters, got some more masks. The Division 2 is, earlier when I think shortly after the Division, I don't remember if it was after Phillips had played like the demo or shortly after the game had came out and he had been playing it on PC for a while. He said it probably won't leave his top 5. I'm like, dude, come on. It's the fucking Division. There's going to be better games that come out. And here I am. Sekiro has been out for what, 3 weeks now?
Yeah.
And I've not fucking touched it.
Hot damn.
Because DC needs me.
It does need you. It needs a hero.
I need a hero.
And I have gone from wanting to throw severe shade at Captain Canada's claim to start thinking, I'm not sure this isn't my favorite game of the year so far.
Hot damn.
Now, that is someone who has not played Sekiro, who is very much a From Software acolyte, and then I'm also open to the possibility of other games coming out and being better. But The Division 2 is really, really goddamn fun.
It is.
But also, I want to talk. I want to have a conversation about Cuphead. I know Corey talked to you. Didn't. Well, I'm not Corey. I know you didn't throw shade at Cuphead, but you like played it and you were like, "Yeah, it's fine."
I mean, I think to me, Cuphead is more of like a visual masterpiece than it is actually like a. For me, at least, I recognize that it's like a good one of those games, right?
Okay.
But it's just one of those games that's not for me. I love watching it because growing up on Disney Silly Symphonies and
Yeah.
you know, those kinds of things, like
Sure.
yeah, I love Cuphead aesthetically. Like I want to watch it, and like I'm thinking of actually giving it another shot on Switch because like I was just when I was playing on Xbox, I was like too worried about like. I mean, when I was playing it, my wife was pregnant and we were doing a bunch of stuff and getting a bunch of stuff ready to go for when I was, you know, taking some time off when the baby was born, stuff like that. So like, I don't know if I was in the right mindset for it, but I think visually Cuphead is like one of the most interesting looking games I've ever seen. I love the idea of that game. I love the way it looks. I love the fact that every animation was hand drawn before they put it into the computer. Like animation fascinates me. Like old school hand drawn animation. Like it's incredible the types of things that
Right there with you.
you know, like I mean I can't really speak to like Warner Brothers and Looney Tunes or whatever, but the things that like the Disney company was doing for Snow White and Pinocchio and Sleeping Beauty and those movies, like just the depth of field types of cells that they were using and the camera technology that they invented to incorporate depth of field and stuff. And like, you see all of that in Cuphead and it's like, man, this is really like something truly special to the point where like, I wish there was a Cuphead cartoon, like 5 to 10 minute shorts, like the old Silly Symphonies and Mickey Mouse treasures and stuff like that. Like, I want that so bad. So I really love watching Cuphead. I want to give it another shot because I think it deserves it. That studio deserves support. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't like extremely difficult like games like that. But I do want to give it another shot, and I think I'm going to.
I'm going to say this. Having played, I only played Cuphead this morning on my way to work. I got to work. Well, I try and get to work early. I'm one of those people who gets there like hour and a half early, just so I can get my head right before starting my shift. I like that moment where I can just sort of separate myself from everything else and then just sort of be at peace before I get to work. I chose to spend that time with Cuphead. I beat 4 bosses, did a couple of run and gun levels, and I can honestly tell you, old game of the year at the end of the year for 2019, it's going to take something very, very special to beat Cuphead.
So basically, you're saying your game you should have played last year.
The game that like I should have bought an Xbox for when it came out.
Yes.
This is a game I like looking at like previews and everything that I was like, wow, that's awesome. I didn't know that this was a game I needed until today.
Well, I agree with you.
Okay.
It is my game. It is my game of the year for
Old game of the year,
2019.
we'll call it.
Well, it's basically our game we should have played last year, but we played it this year. You know,
Sure.
like that. That's basically what it is. Last year for me, it was Gravity Rush 2. So this year, it's Cuphead.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying what I played of it. It's an excellent game. I understand some people can't get into it, and that's understandable, but I don't
It's a
know.
game you should at least check out. It's it's one of those games like my example, right, is Dead Cells, where like I don't like roguelike games. I don't like those types of games, but Dead Cells did a lot of things right and actually hooked me for a long time. And like I think Cuphead is another one of those types of games where like, yeah, even if you don't like super difficult platformers or shooters or whatever, right? Like the side-scrolling shooter genre, you should give it a shot because there's so much love and attention to detail, and there's something special about Cuphead that like you should definitely try it out, even if you don't like those types of games, because I think it's going to hook people that those types of games normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, even before today, I sort of knew that this was a game that, like, at some point I would need to play because I love the soundtrack. I wish I would have punted for I Am 8-Bits for LP soundtrack. I did not, and I regret that. But I've listened to it on Spotify tons of times. I've watched numerous documentaries on how the studio came up with the idea, and what even more fascinating is how that's basically a family working together. And like knowing my own family dynamic, like we can't even get on the same page on a lot of things outside of just being a family. To see them, make a game together it's not only impressive, it's just special, and it's actually just a heartwarming thing to watch. This tight-knit group of people who've known each other all their lives come together in ways that they didn't even know they could, and make a game that has essentially never been done before. Like, I'm not going to say that, Mega Man or whatever wasn't hand-drawn, but Mega Man never looked like Cuphead or Mugman or Miss Chalice. Like, this game is beautiful in so many ways. And it's weird for me to say, like, I actually think that once I'm done with this game, it might be the second year in a row that I have to change my top 10 because of a game. And, Breath of the Wild did it the year it came out, and then Cuphead might do it now. It's been a long time since I've said this game is so fucking me. And I'm in love with this game. If it were on PlayStation, I would play it on Switch and buy it on PlayStation to try and get the platinum. I mean, I would. Once I do get a PC, I will buy it there. Like, I will support this developer in anything they do here on out. I don't care if the next thing they do is something completely anti. This game is special, and if you have not played it, you should. If you have a Switch, it is an essential purchase. If you want to wait for it to drop in price, I totally respect that. I get it, but keep Cuphead on your radar.
Yeah, it's definitely something you should look at. So.
Now, with my hyperbole aside, Moose, what have you done in Cuphead? And look, we can talk about gameplay or whatever.
To be honest, I haven't made it past the first level.
What was the first thing you did?
The tutorial.
Oh, really?
So, like, God, Katana Zero has really
Katana Zero just sort of, you're like, okay, there's Cuphead here. I'll look at that. And
like, no, like, here's
like Katana Zero is just like pulling you, right?
Here's my thing. Like, I've got these 2 games. I've got an hour at lunch to play them, and it's like, I mistakenly, I'm not saying mistakenly, I've enjoyed my time with Katana Zero, and so I gave a little bit more time to that. And so, in all honesty, I can't speak a lot to Cuphead. I will say it runs really well on the Switch.
It does.
Like I don't see any slowdown. I don't see any frame rate drops. It runs great, looks great. I love the art style of it. I'm loving the mechanics of it. And I can't wait to next week have more of an opinion upon it.
Did you change the button mapping? Did you map your buttons?
No, which I will tell you, Corey, I was looking at that and I'm like, I might change that.
Yeah.
Like what the buttons do. Because I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, don't get me wrong. It's a great game, but like, how did you come up with that button layout? Because it is not. It's like, how did you come up with that? Like, who in your QA department thought that was a good idea? I'm just saying, because like,
well, they're weird because so like usually the X button is your like whatever the bottom button of the face buttons is your confirm. Their button is the right button of the face buttons.
Yeah.
So you're just like, oh, this is just messing me up because I come from the PlayStation world where X is confirmed, and now I gotta hit quote unquote circle, which is Y or YX. Is that B or A? No, that's A. Because B is the
yeah, because the Switch controller is just backwards everywhere.
I'm just like,
it's so backwards. Can we just put A where it goes, please?
Oh.
You know why the Switch controller is like this? It's because in Japanese culture, the X and the circle button are reversed on the PlayStation controller, and Nintendo has done the same thing.
Well, I do remember that.
Do you not remember that the A and the B button are BA on the NES controller? They've kept it the same ever since.
Yeah, but those are right next to each other, where this is in a diamond shape.
But on Super Nintendo, they took the B and the A and moved the B up here, and like a diamond.
Well, I didn't own a Super Nintendo, so till later.
What fault is that?
My mom's, when I asked for one, she got me a Sega Genesis instead.
I've got a little horror story into the inside of Moose's world.
Oh, okay. Everybody be quiet.
Shh. It's now story time with Moose.
Story time.
So,
story time with Moose.
It's when
horror story time, bro.
It's not horror story. It's just story time. When I first
goddamn
moved to the South.
Oh,
Okay.
Moose gets up on his microphone. He sounds like a human being.
I first moved to the South, and like I moved down in '98, and so Metal Gear Solid came out shortly after that, and we're talking about X and circle, like, or you know how, and on Metal Gear Solid, when you beat the game, you had to hit circle to like confirm, like, you know, like, hey, whatever, beat the game. I was always hitting X. And so I had to beat Liquid Snake, like, cause I was a dumbass kid, so like I had to beat him like 10 times before I realized I need to hit circle instead of X. See,
but
Matt
the thing is, though, I'm pretty sure,
man.
I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy VII was the same way, though, with like the way that X and circle worked.
Right.
Because like I played 9 and 10, and then I went back and played 7,
So
and all the buttons were backwards.
it was at a point in time in the PlayStation's life where they were still with Japan,
Mhm.
and now currently we have broken free of that, and it's like, no, X is the confirm. Like, fuck you, Japan. Like, sorry, like X is confirmed,
Don't
and
say
that's
that we won't get PlayStation 5. They hear
Hashtag
Moose.
America.
America.
Hashtag
I will
I'm
say
not a
this,
part of this. Give me
Moose is
PlayStation 5.
literally that distance from your mic that you are right now. You sound amazing right now.
I know.
Okay, well, I can hold it up here all the time, man. I don't
That'd be
care.
great.
That's what she said.
I'll be honest with you. You say the right thing. You say the right thing. I'm drunk enough. I might get involved. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta finish this Crowler, which is not good.
Welcome to Nerds Gone Rogue After Hours. We have a Moose and a Matt, and they are eyeing each other down.
And the only ironic thing here is that we have ours. Who knew?
I was told by Captain Canada I was gonna get tanned and yacked by summertime.
Jacked and tan. Yacked is nothing. I'm gonna take you to the gym and get jacked and tan, not tan and yacked.
I said that to piss him off.
Well, the J in German,
Oh, God.
and
It's
Dutch,
silent.
and Portuguese is a yeah. So
You really need to make the J
Why do you
silent too.
want to yak a moose? I'm just saying.
What if a yak and a moose got in a fight?
No, he's part of that fucking cult sending like fucking wolves into Michigan trying to kill the moose population.
No, I believe
All
that.
right, what?
Regulate.
I'm so confused on where this show is going
regulate
right now.
the moose population. Do you understand? Not kill them all.
God damn, that's cold. That's my family. Why you gotta do that?
There's too many of them. We must cull them.
This is
So can I ask you a question, Phillips? When you send your wolves into Michigan,
Yes.
do you walk out to your wolf pack and go, regulators mount up?
We do not.
I like that. That's a good answer.
You're welcome.
We set the cage. They get into the cage and then they fly up in the air like Metal Gear Solid 5.
Wait, how, wolves fly?
In the cage, they do.
So you Fulton the cages.
That's correct.
Okay.
And then we
And, like,
find a
Metal
place
Gear
where there's too many of this asshole right here.
And then you
And
say
we need to call the
regulators mount
population.
up?
In your version, yes, we could say that if you like.
I love how you call me an asshole.
You are. But I love you for it though.
That hurts.
that hurts.
Why you gotta hurt Moose's asshole, Phillips?
Oh, I didn't say that, but sure.
We're here now.
This show is like so far off the fucking rails.
I know what is happening right now.
We had rails?
Is anybody playing anything else? Can we get back?
Well, if Moose is done,
I'm done.
okay.
All right, time for questions.
I've lapped a ton of
That's all right. I
Premier
didn't play
Cuphead.
anything. It's fine.
Corey, you didn't play
Pick me.
anything?
No, he said it's time for questions.
No,
Yes.
no, that's what
Corey,
he said.
hey.
You're listening to the wrong man.
Hey.
Okay, number one.
Hey,
What have you
What?
been playing?
what have you been playing, Corey?
Well, honestly, not much. I've been playing a little bit of Borderlands.
You son of a bitch! Like you make this big deal about like we skip
know.
you over. When we get to you, what are you playing?
I want to be
Yeah,
able
not
to
that
say,
much. Go to questions.
I haven't been
Welcome to
playing
our
much.
world, Phillips.
You know, Phillips, I just like to be acknowledged once in a while, okay? It doesn't matter if I've been playing anything. Maybe I want to be the one that says, you know what, I haven't been playing much. You know, it's just nice to be appreciated once in a while.
I appreciate
Yeah.
you, Corey.
I played a little bit of Borderlands this week. I honestly, it's been a week getting this website done, but I play a little bit of
Yeah, you've been putting
Borderlands.
work on the website. You have
You-
good work. I'm
Can
saying.
we just point out?
You need to slow it. You need to slow the roll up a little bit now.
You know, you keep telling me that, but it's not going to work itself. You know,
Shit.
No, I'm just talking about what changed.
Oh, you're talking to him, not me. Okay,
No, Moose, you're good. You're fine. Your role is at
that's
a
what my wife tells me. But I think she's right with me.
Corey's, however, he keeps on putting himself
Hey man, do the thumbnails not look great?
That's not what I said, Corey.
Do the thumbnails not look great?
Are you not entertained?
I am entertained, actually. I am.
You are.
I am.
Do the thumbnails
Corey?
look good?
Corey,
I'm asking you a question.
I'm going to take the sunglasses off. I'm gonna
About time. It's almost midnight, so you shouldn't have sunglasses on anyway.
What I am going to say is this. Number one,
I'm not going to wake up from my alarm.
you've been doing fantastic work on the website. Number two, doing too much.
I can't hear you over this laughter.
This is why I have the screen only focused on me, so we're not hearing Phillips's.
We are hearing Phillips. Just because the screen's on you doesn't mean you muted everybody.
You gotta focus. Corey.
Moose is like doing like it's like Milton over there. I am
Moose looks like he's giving himself a blowjob. I don't know.
Let's just get to the blowjob.
I was trying so hard. Corey, the pink and blue, I love it. I don't care what anyone else says. I love it. But you need to stop putting work between you and fun. And I'm not going to settle for that bullshit you did last week. Where you're like, this is fun. No.
It is fun.
Oh, God damn it.
I'm just saying it looks fantastic.
It does. The thumbnails are great, as you said, but maybe dial it back a little bit.
I said I will when I'm done. I told you that.
You don't understand. He'll never be done.
Exactly, Phillips.
He will never be done. He is Jerry's girlfriend from Seinfeld, where when he tells a joke, she just looks at him and says, "That's funny."
Which is why
that's Corey.
He needs to not work on it. He needs somebody else.
But he does. He can't do that. He only has. No, he can't do that.
No.
It's
like trying to get Francois Truffaut or Jacques Godard or
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, God damn it.
No, I'm just saying. Look how many people entered our contest today. And if half of them look to the website like, oh man, that's pretty good. It's all right. I'll be all right. You know what I mean?
Well, you are all right because it's a fucking awesome website.
We do what we do. I like what we do. Moose likes what we do. I'm pretty sure Phillips does because he joined us for whatever reason.
I'm indifferent.
Phillips joined us because
I'm joking.
Insane.
I know you're joking.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he's insane, Moose. I think he might actually be kind of impressionable.
Can I finish saying what I was saying?
Am I the youngest of the crew? Oh no, Corey is, right?
Yeah. Fucking, embryo over here.
We all know.
What have you been playing?
Infinite's the oldest of the group.
No, you're the oldest.
No.
I played a little Apex Legends this week. That game's still real good. It
really is.
Yeah, it's
apparently 75% of its viewers have left the building.
That's correct, sir. Yeah. They'll be back for the next big patch or content update or big streamer plays it.
I also played about the first hour of Final Fantasy X remastered on Switch.
Why?
Why? Because I love that game.
Okay.
And I got it for Switch. I'm one of the few people who
is he 10?
This is only the second time I've bought it.
Okay.
So I was gonna buy it on PS4, but then I realized I wasn't gonna have enough time to sit in front of my TV and play it. And then they're like, "It's coming to Switch." I said, "Okay, there it is." The opening cutscene is fantastic in HD. I hadn't seen it in HD yet. I didn't really look it up or anything beforehand.
Before you keep going, Corey, I'm sorry to interrupt. Adnell is saying goodnight. And I feel like we should say goodnight back.
Good night, Adnell.
Good night,
Adnell. Sorry you didn't win. But you won last time, so
that's true.
I'm not so sorry now.
That's
good night.
True.
Thank you for
tuning in. I don't even think he's fucking played Sekiro.
Well, you know, at least he followed directions, and guess what? When you follow directions, you get stuff.
You know what? I got to give him that. He is good at following directions.
He's our
I
one
love how he
friend that follows directions.
He insults us and calls us a bunch of
old
old men,
men.
but he's going to bed.
How the fuck?
That
Yeah, if
bitch
I'm
is
the old
going to
person, why
bed.
you going to bed, bitch? What do you? I don't.
Anyway,
Look, you my son, bro. Praise it.
he's not your son,
Seriously,
bro.
like-
I'm your only son, bro, and maybe Phillips and Corey. Just the three. Just the three other guys.
Phillips ain't played Dark Souls. Neither has Corey. I'm not even.
Well,
I've played Dark Souls 1.
Bloodborne.
You got to give Phillips some credit. He's
There's
played
no
Bloodborne.
son in Bloodborne.
All right. How about this? I have Dark Souls 2 and 3. I've been saving these codes for moves.
I got to
I'll
move my
install them and play
PC. Let's do it, Phillips.
Phillips,
You know
don't
what?
even play
You're full of
PS4.
shit.
I'm not full of shit. Let's do it.
When?
Okay. When are you gonna break away from your life and take some time?
This has
to
been
Let's
episode
build your PC.
142 of Nerds Gone Rogue so far.
I like most. Therapist told us we're not allowed to fight in front of people. You
I
understand?
played some Tetris this weekend also. I'm very into Tetris. I love Tetris.
Is it regular Tetris or that Tetris 99?
Both. I played a little Puyo Puyo Tetris and I played a little Tetris 99, and I came in third place 3 times this weekend, and I was really pissed off.
So we still don't know anyone who's won.
Do I know anybody who's won?
This was our conspiracy theory that nobody wins.
Oh.
I don't think it was an insult to any of us. It was just nobody wins. But
Yeah.
Well, I think it's really weird that
No, it's an insult because we're not smart enough to realize that nobody wins. So we just keep playing.
the funny thing is there's a weird thing going around the internet now. Good strategies for Tetris 99: play when Japan goes to sleep.
that's probably
right
really
now.
smart.
Usually, that's a pretty good strategy.
But like, I just think that's funny.
You saying they're better than me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How many second place finishes do you have?
Like 20 something.
Okay.
And
think-
twice it said I won, and then it didn't. Then it said I was in second place.
Okay, see,
I'm
I've
very
only had that happen once, so you are officially better than me.
I'm very upset
So,
about that.
so I'm pretty sure I've had like 20 something second places as well. Anything else you're playing, Corey?
No, that's really it. I'm really just I'm categorizing all 1,108 videos that we've done since 2015 onto our website.
That's a lot of videos.
It is. Who let us do that much?
You did.
Why did the internet make us do this?
The internet made us.
I don't know.
You sound like that episode of South Park when Walmart becomes sentient.
Yep.
It starts talking to Cartman.
So yeah, I mean, I'm just ready to play some games this week. So
You should.
everything's edited and posted for the week until they record Nerds Gone Platinum tomorrow. So
As co-owner of this weird thing called Nerds Gone Rogue, I order you to play some games this week.
order me, but now I don't want to because you told me I had to.
Think of it as work.
I did
Okay,
download.
you know what?
I
I'm gonna-
did download Ding Dong XL, which I really want to play.
No, don't play some more Odyssey and finish the fucking plat.
What is Ding Dong XL?
It's
I didn't even mention it.
it's a 99-cent one button arcade game where you try to pass this ball across this like gallery of explosions and lights and just ridiculousness. And
There's too many syllables in that sentence. Apologize.
Thank you, Moose. Thank you, Moose Torg. Phillips, did you know about Ding Dong XL?
I did not, but it does not surprise me that Corey found it and is playing and enjoying it at all.
Okay,
I don't care.
we're moving on now.
Yes,
It
let's
is-
do.
Are we? Really?
It is email time. We have some emails. So, first up is Jackson Schuster. Jackson Schuster says, "Found you guys for your Mortal Kombat give out, and honestly, sad I didn't find you earlier. I listened to you through Castbox. I don't know if you know, but you should check out their Castbox Originals promotion. Anyways, what do y'all think about the specs of PS5? Are you excited? What games are you excited for? Keep up the great work." Okay.
Listen, we don't.
Before y'all talk, specs equals Captain Canada.
Well,
Captain
I was
Canada,
going to say we don't
talk to us about specs.
No, listen, we don't have enough
What happened to
time.
the camera? That fucked me up.
There's nothing.
There we go. All right.
All right. Cool. There's nothing on the specs.
Well, we know the architecture, but
Okay. What do we know?
So the main problem with PS4 and Xbox One is the CPU. It's really poor. It's a netbook CPU. AMD just didn't have a whole lot to compete with Intel at the time that they made PS4. So Ryzen, after getting their ass kicked for years by Intel, they came back with Ryzen. It's an excellent architecture. It doesn't perform quite as well at gaming as Intel, but it does everything else 10 times better. It's excellent at multitasking. It's a really good price point. It's a very good architecture, and it's a good architecture to build a console on because of how good it is at multitasking. And consoles now are being used for a lot more than gaming. Like they're streaming on them as well, right? So it's a very good architecture to build upon. The fact that they're using Zen 2, which would be the third generation of Zen processors, is promising. The fact that they're using Navi 20, also promising. The thing is, we don't know anything about the specs on what they're using. We don't know clock speeds. We know there's 8 cores, 16 threads. That's excellent. But there's just not enough to go on yet. We know it's using an SSD even in the base model. If there is more than one model, that's really promising. That also means it's going to be a bit more expensive. I still think it's probably going to be $499, but it's promising what they've put out. But look, when they're talking about stuff like ray tracing and 8K on a console, immediately first of all, if they're going for those, then you're looking at 30 FPS. And to me, that's disappointing, but you have to be realistic about what a console is going to be able to do. If you were to look at what a 2080 Ti does for ray tracing, it's the performance drop when you enable ray tracing is staggering. So get 4K 60 ray tracing out of your head right away. It doesn't mean the console is going to be bad. I just think you have to have realistic expectation of what a console can do based on that price. And keep in mind, it has a much smaller form factor and much less power consumption than a PC. So I think that I still think 30 FPS is going to be the target for most of the new games. You know, if you're asking me today, I think they'll be able to run a lot of older stuff at a 4K 60, maybe 1800p 60. So like a lot of PS4 games, I'm sure. I still think it's going to be a 30 target for brand new stuff. So, you know, we need to hear a lot more on it, but the fact that they're using the newest Zen CPU is very promising. We don't know much about Navi either. We've heard rumors on it. They're supposed to be launching the consumer grade Navi cards at E3. So we should have a better understanding of what Navi can actually do. But right now, there's just too many unanswered variables to really give a good or bad impression on what the specs will be.
I think the main reason that they put out that article on Wired is mainly to say, here we're doing backwards compatibility. So Captain Canada I love your assessment of the situation. And you are my go-to guy on technology. So, which is
terrifying.
I don't
That's
know.
terrifying.
I don't know if that's good or terrifying.
It's terrifying.
Like when this stuff comes out, it's like I'm like Matt, what does this mean?
What does this mean?
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like the article that they put out when they talked about what you should expect from the PlayStation 5 on the wired.com article was all they really wanted to say for right now is it's backwards compatible and they're going to ship a solid state drive to cut back on load times. You know, because they did a comparison with like Spider-Man where it was like on the PS4 it went from 15 seconds down to like less than a second.
That's also a very the math there is a little fuzzy.
Which I can understand.
You know, if that's on a dev kit or something, okay. If it's a highly specific loading time, okay. I don't think you're going to be seeing a 15-time improvement on loading times on everything. And that's the problem when they talk about stuff like that is consumers get misled. And they hear these numbers. They hear Microsoft talking about 6 teraflops as if that means something. It doesn't. And they allow their...
But it does. Man, it does.
They allow their expectations to go through the roof. And I don't like seeing consumers get misled. I really don't like that. I don't think it's fair for people who work hard for their money to buy something under the assumption that the company has been telling them the truth, right? And so for Cerny to talk about 8K and ray tracing, my opinion is kind of misleading currently.
Can you and I have an honest conversation? Like, I don't give a fuck about 8K. I don't care. I don't even care about 4K.
I don't really think the games are going to render in 8K. I just think it's the it's the HDMI output that is able to output 8K. Like I think aren't they using HDMI 2.1 or something? Which technically all devices using that can produce 8K.
It could be technically capable of outputting the menus at 8K, the same way that Xbox One outputs its menus at 144 hertz. It doesn't play any games at that refresh rate, even though Microsoft has been big advertised that it does support 144 hertz.
But see, putting its menus out at that, it's enough for them to say it supports it.
It is, right? But a lot of people don't research past that.
I mean, that's like winning by default or by technicality.
And you'll notice that CERN, you didn't talk about teraflops either.
Also,
well, no, because by the time they actually start talking about the box or the controller, they're going to come up with some new weird.
Well, teraflops is a real.
I'm not saying it's not real, but how many of us knew about teraflops before someone
on the
said
console
teraflops?
Not a lot.
Exactly. That was not part of the lexicon before that. Even.
No.
The next Xbox is rumored to be stronger than the PS5.
It will be, but Xbox have 2. Xbox have like a cheaper entry point one, and then they'll have their ultimate box.
I mean, now has it been definitively proven that the current Xbox is stronger than the PS4?
Oh, the Xbox One X is.
The Xbox One X is more powerful than the Pro, yes.
Okay. So
they use the same CPU. All the consoles use the same CPU, different clock speeds. The X has a better GPU than the Pro. But here's the thing. It doesn't even always matter what the specs of the console are. Because that does not mean that the devs are going to cater to each individual console and specialize for them, or X is capable of doing a lot more than it does on some of its versions, but devs don't put anything out for it. So what's the point? It's hard to say like on the console side because it's not like say you buy a new video card, you can the version that you're playing is unlocked, so you can go from 30 FPS to 300 or on some games like depending on what you're playing. You're capable of taking advantage of the full capability of that video card. But on the console side, you're getting the version that the devs pick for you, right? So it's not just about what the specs on the console are. It's what devs do with that.
Okay. So I have a serious question for you, and just because I consider you a friend, Phillips. I know you're not Ars Technica, you're not Digital Foundry, you're not someone who gets. I know you're someone who likes to stay up on tech, but you also recognize that there are people who know more than you.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm just an enthusiast. This is just something I like.
Can X really give it to you?
DMX?
X.
No.
Okay.
Unless you're talking about the Resident Evil 2 mod, and then he absolutely can.
Okay, good. Yeah. Right. As long as we have that definitive, that is the Nerds Gone Rogue stance. As long as you're talking about Resident Evil, X can give it to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Thomas the Tank Engine.
Okay, so I think we've done enough here, damage or otherwise. We can call episode 142 to its end. My name is Matthew.
Probably a smart idea.
My name is Matt. Well, you know what? I will stay here.
It's bedtime.
Yeah, it's really bedtime.
It's
way
very
past my bedtime.
You all need to go to bed. So let's get out of here. My name is Matthew Healy. You can find me at @infinite_rewind on every social media platform imaginable.
Send them your hot nudes on Snapchat.
Please don't.
Ew. Yeah, no, dude, send them.
Well, I mean, you're just sending them to nowhere. I don't use Snapchat anymore. I deleted the app. I'm pretty sure my
tell listeners that.
Well,
Don't worry, Matt. When you open it a year or two from now, because you're curious.
If I decide to jump back in because
you drink too much and you're like, well, let's download the Snapchat, see what happened over the last couple years. Hot nudes, not so hot nudes.
Nah, it'll just be a bunch of dick pics. Which, at least, you know what? At which point I will lean in and be like, you know what? I'm just going to honestly critique these dicks that I see. Because that's what I do with my time. So yeah, infinite_rewind everywhere you could think of. Hit me up. Matt Phillips.
Yes.
You are a Nerds Gone Rogue exclusive.
That's correct.
Unless it's Steam. Where can they find you on Steam?
Yeah, baby.
On Steam? Just what is my name? I don't even remember my name.
This motherfucker.
Your name is Matt Phillips.
X-Ignite X on Steam. That can be found.
One more time?
X-Ignite X, all lowercase.
Cool.
I don't even think we're friends on Steam.
I do have you on Steam. You were last online 6 years ago.
Yeah. I didn't have an account 6 years ago.
Like it was yesterday.
Hang on. I have Keel on there too.
Anyways.
You can add me on Steam at Rogue Spartan 4.
Moosehawk. Last online 1 year and 6 months ago.
There we go. That works. All right. That's better than 6 years ago, motherfucker.
Moose, the shepherd of Nerds Gone Platinum. Where can we find you?
You can find me at Svhenn on Instagram, Twitter, and the PlayStation Network.
Where do we send you nudes?
You can send me nudes if you want. I'll probably ignore them. You can catch me, attitude? Jason, and Jeff discussing the PlayStation platform live on Tuesday nights, usually around 9:00. The video and the audio goes live on Thursday mornings at 7. You can tweet us at ng_platinum, or you can email us at nerdsgoneplatinum@gmail.com. Tomorrow night, which is, I don't know.
Tomorrow's the 23rd.
The 23rd. The 23rd at 9 p.m., we will be announcing the winners of the 2 codes to Days Gone. We'll be announcing that. You can catch that. We have more giveaways going in the months to come, so check us out.
I just want you to give them a call.
You could give us a call. I don't know what the fuck.
You should give them a call.
You would think. How?
Their number is 929-333-5762. And as Jose Jimenez says in the chat, Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang.
Corey,
Mm-hmm.
take us home.
You can find me at CoreyinHD713 on Twitter, CoreyinHD on Instagram and Twitch. You can also find me hosting Nintendo Power Block, our Nintendo podcast, which for the month of May, we're giving away 5 indies. We're giving away Celeste, Dead Cells, Katana Zero, and some other ones. I don't remember. I have the list. I just don't feel like digging it out.
Corey Derek don't like indie games.
You can also find
real nice
Nerds Gone Rogue every Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time on your podcast service of choice, or watch us live on youtube.com/NGR Radio. Check out all of our content on nerdsgonorogue.com, including Let's Plays, other podcasts, and everything else. I think that's it. Join our Facebook group, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and all that stuff. And until next week, we love you.
Banana and out.